Two men on a vast expanse of sand on a deserted Caribbean island. One collapsed to his knees, head in his hands. Just yesterday, he had a life. Today, only scorching heat and an old captain's hat washed ashore by the waves. The other, however, shook off his daze and rose decisively. There was no panic in his eyes, only cold calculation and the realization that survival begins with the first step. One man, consumed by a feverish hope for rescue, poured all his energy into building a giant signal on the sand. He hauled logs, laying out a plea to the heavens. Meanwhile, the other ventured deeper into the island's jungle. He wasn't waiting for outside help. He was searching for a source of fresh water, identifying edible fruits, and finding shelter from the approaching night. When a tropical downpour burst from the sky, the first man simply sat on the sand, tilting his head back to greedily catch the raindrops in his parched mouth. By then, the second man had already fashioned an ingenious system from broadleaves and bamboo. Precious water trickled into his improvised reservoir, creating a vital reserve. The first man rationed the last few scraps of food that had miraculously survived the shipwreck. He ate them slowly, trying to banish the thought of tomorrow when even this meager supply would be gone. Meanwhile, the second man, armed with a sharpened stick, stood in the shallow stalking fish and studying the behavior of the local crabs, relentlessly searching for new sources of sustenance. Finally, broken by hunger and despair, the first man pushed a simple log from the shore, an act of final, desperate hope. The other, however, was in no rush. His sturdy and reliable raft was already complete, but he methodically checked every knot and replenished his stores of dried fish and fresh water. He was not preparing for an escape, but for a journey. After all, the waves do not yield to the one who passively waits for rescue, but to the one who becomes his own salvation.